Howdy, y'all. Today we're going to look at Unit 8, Cotton Cattle Railroads and the Closing of the Texas Frontier. This is going to be from Reconstruction to the beginning of the 20th century. And here's some factors that led to expansion of the Texas frontier. We have large amounts of land, a large supply of wild cattle. We have demand for beef in the northern and eastern United States. And then we have some effects of western expansion. And that would be that there's increased battles between the Comanche, Apache, Kiowa, and the United States military. Eventually they're going to be forced to reservations in Oklahoma. Kind of like the President Lamar tried to do with all the Cherokee people. We also have a rise of what's called Buffalo Soldiers. And Buffalo Soldiers was the name given to African Americans African American soldiers who were in the 9th and 10th Cavalry, as well as the 24th and 25th Infantry. And then they were formerly enslaved people who fought during the Indian Wars. And then the Native Americans...
Picture.
Oh, his picture is right here, baby. Do y'all want to see this picture? It's really cute. Okay, go give that to Dad when he comes in the door. Sorry for that interruption. I'm at home. Okay, Native Americans gave them their nickname for their bravery. And then Quanah Parker is probably one of my favorite people in Texas history. He's just so interesting. Quanah Parker was the last chief of the Comanches, and he was a very skilled warrior. His tribe roamed in this area, West Texas, and then his mother, really interesting story here, is Cynthia Ann Parker, who was kidnapped as a child. She was captured, and then she married the chief of the Comanche tribe. She had several children with the chief, and then the U.S. military found her and took her back home, where she got really depressed and died very quickly. It was very sad. But she was taken from her home thinking that she wanted to be part of American society again, and she didn't want that at all. Really interesting. Okay, so he eventually, we're talking about Quanah, her son. He eventually surrendered after trying to evade capture by the United States Cavalry. He does eventually assimilate, which means that he joins American culture, and he influenced other Native Americans to do the same. So that's one side of your notes. Now we're going to go to the back side of your notes. Kind of an exciting page here. Dun, da, da, da. Okay, Texas cattle industry. Cattle were brought to the United States by the Spaniards during the time of missions and presidios. Large Spanish-Mexican ranches existed in northern Mexico and in southern Texas, kind of by the border of the Rio Grande River. The first cowboy was the Spanish vaquero, which is just a Spanish word for cowboy. That's going to be one of your warm-ups if it hasn't been already. Cattle drives were used to get cattle to the railroad. And the railroad then would take them to the market in the northern states. Over time, the railroad junctions were established in Texas, which meant that you didn't have to take your cattle as far. And then we have modern technology like barbed wire, windmills, and railroads, growth of railroads, which kind of leads to the closing of the open range, the closing of cattle drives, and then it leads to people having large-scale ranches. Closing of the open range. So there you go. There is some Unit 8 notes for you. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I miss you guys. Best of luck.